Hey y'all, what's going on? Say just your more. And so today's Confident Catalyst podcast, I'm going to discuss the season 2, episode 10, which we're going to do every Thursday at 5 a.m. Okay, for my early girlies or the women who like to commute and do their 1-2 around that time of morning. So we're going to do confidence and failure. So oh my God. And I know girlies sometimes shrink of failure. I know when I was in therapy myself that I was fearful. I was always very fearful of success and succeeding. And I realize now that, success is intertwined with failure some way, somehow. You're going to experience it. You cannot just continuously do every little thing straight at like 100%. That's just unbalanced, imbalanced, unrealistic, and based in falsehood instead of reality. So that's first and foremost. So when we think about success and how that breeds that happiness and confidence, failure is a part of what comes along with that particular experience. So, for an example, I failed so horridly in one of my classes at CSU, and that class in particular was a very tough course, and I believe that particular class was some kind of African studies related requirement or prerequisite for that particular degree. And I failed horribly. So I knew eventually that this was going to be something that eventually, as an experience, passed out of the things that I was thinking about because of that particular failure. And that is exactly what happened. Okay, so keep that in mind. Whenever you fail, most likely that's God's way of removing something toxic and making a pathway for the things that are in harmony that aligns with what God's true ordeal is that's ordained for your particular life room for manifestation. And that's the only way that God can accomplish that particular type of experience for his children or God's souls to embody that particular experience that God wants for us to have. Okay. So, whenever you see failure, see that as a good sign. That means what you need has gotten room to grow their legs now. So, as soon as you see that, start smiling. Smile hugely. Smile for maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds, and then add onto that as you see those moments. Because I'll give you this straightforward. As soon as I hit the failures, the successes start to come. The successes came immediately. I don't even believe I was in CSU for much longer after that. I left and transferred to Southern New Hampshire University, and that's where I pursued my writing degree, and that's where I got my official writer's, author's mentality from. It never was in African studies at CSU. That's just a part of the career trajectory, though. So, for my professional girlies and women, you know what I mean? Y'all get it. You will have your dream job. You will be deserving of the career that you choose to create, that you've manifested, that you put all that time and effort into, and no failure is going to stop you. I failed so poorly in this class. I did so intentionally. I took an L with such grace and forethought and stunning conviction and confidence in myself and what people did to me and how they made me feel and how they made me look, how they scarred my reputation, how they dragged my name through the mud, even through those times and processes. When I graduated, one of my people from the past who just totally destroyed certain pieces of who I was tried to re-enter what I was going through right at the cross of finishing a degree that they of course did not have. And by doing that, I decided to use that momentum to fill that course. And I did that with that intention. Like, okay, you're gonna say that, you know what, Epic, you can go head on with that. I'm gonna get this to her anyway. I don't care if I didn't study for it. You can still take it. Here you go. Just because I'm going to give it to you, that does not mean that I feel with an intent, with unrecognizing that somebody else behaved this way. So here you go. And by doing that, I feel with intention. And can't nobody take that from me. Now, That's how you fail successfully. And did I go back and crawl back to this professor and ask him, please, what can I do to have a makeup test or extra credit? No, I'm good. I failed. I want y'all to take this and mold this and create this and make this be something. That's what I want you to do. And because you did that, cool. But also because you were unable to, that speaks just as loudly, if not more profoundly, than if you did. Now, again, at the end of the day, that comes with knowing that I sincerely tried my best, even if and when I may have failed. And can't nobody take that from me, from any of us. That's what I want you to keep in mind. So be prepared to take an L confidently. You are going to be prepared to take an L with confidence, confidently. And that means you have to be willing to feel it confidently, assess it confidently. Yeah, you was the one that was back here backpedaling, throwing in whatever else that you felt like you could, running off at the mouth as soon as I was getting ready to go head on. Here you come. So that makes you feel some type of way. That makes you feel like, okay, I'm not good enough to go ahead on and do this. Then why was you up in my face? If that was the case the whole time, were you because you got so stuck and caught up in feeling vain about life, about the things that people happen to have told you for some kind of cloud or come up or deceptive reasons or whatever the case may have been. But feel those emotions because those will propel you forward. Now, and then as you plan your strategic exit through these failures, make sure that you do those things because that's a perfect opportunity. So when the syllabus is set out and the course is going and everything is in flow, take that time to really hone in on your specific pinpoint. And as soon as you do that, that is where you really kind of sort of see everything, not as things appear, but for what things are. And that's because you took the time out to have a plan and you acted accordingly with confidence. And stage it confidently as well. Stage your exit. Stage the things that you're getting ready to hand in based off the potential that people chose to manipulate. And when you do those things, it's going to throw everybody off. They're not going to really know what to do. The schools are probably going to shut down. They're probably going to go into isolation mode. They're not going to know how to really prepare for things like that. They don't understand. And when I say they, I mean people who are around you, because as we get older and as we select where we choose to become alumni, because that's a very special word. An alumni, like even when I tried to go to CSU, I'm grateful for CSU for helping us eventually become an alumni somewhere else. I'm grateful for that. But I'm not grateful for the way that I felt alone, that I always felt like nobody really cared, or I felt like, I'm going to these tutors and classes and getting help with writing assignments, but I'm still not acing and passing them. Like, I'm not trying to be here forever dealing with y'all. You know what I mean? Like, this is not something that is, there's constant, another issue when you constantly see fire alarms or graffiti all over the wall. Like, I can't learn here. Like, this is a party city. Like every time I turn around, my cousins and all of them, Shanti and everybody, is not wanting to constantly feel as though I'm here to learn, but it's always about the cloud, the party, the dude, like, and that energy was still there. I felt like even after all of those years, and it was just following me. So I was just kind of sort of like, you know what, I'm gonna have to stage this. I'm gonna have to do that, and then I'm exiting stage left confidently, and then the walkout. The walk out, oh my God, is so intimate because you know that when you're getting ready to leave a place, you know that you're getting ready to feel elevated. You know that something else that you want is on its way. You know that's what the purpose of the walkout is. You understand that about what's getting ready to take place. And that's a good thing. When I realized now, I was in a headspace the other day and I was thinking to myself, we were having some new people come in, they were getting ready to orient to figure out how to, do their particular positions that they were getting hired for. And usually I'm really bubbly. Like I'm really like, oh hey y'all, like what's going on? How are you doing today? But this particular day, the walkout was insane. I was like, This is what we gonna keep on doing. I'm gone. And they saw it. Like we were so higher above what was presented in front of me. And I knew it. And so as I executed that thought, people were just boggled. And I don't even truly believe that their behavior allowed them to know even what to do and what to make of that. Because it was that idea of feeling like I'm just about to walk out and enter into a dream that I need. This is not enough. This is not good enough. And at that point in time, there was no choice but to witness that behavior. And I'm sure that mentally has jarred them into thinking some things. And eventually we'll see what they are. That's just inevitable. And then there's always an argument. Like the arguments in failure is just so like, bro, every time I feel like I'm getting ready to argue with somebody, I know there's an epic failure. Because if there isn't, when we cool, there's no need, we ain't arguing. But as soon as somebody starts to feel some type of way about something that they've done, usually not even you are, you know what I mean? My girlies who know Susan, not even you. It is not even you that has even caused the problem. Most likely it's them. It's their attitude that has caused the issue, the rift in your relationship. Y'all's whole ideal has been shattered by this particular person, and now they want to argue. Lord have mercy. And you just calm as day. And that's probably something that they miss about you. So it's not even really the argument. It's probably the psychological absence that you've created based off the things that they've done. And because of that, personally speaking, I just feel as though this is my own opinions. Is just educated little lady, whatever I use to coach other women or whatever else to how to do the same thing. So this is my own educated opinion. Is that it's when people are really trying to look for arguments, their behavior is rarely apparently just about what they're arguing about. Normally, it's something a little deeper psychologically that has taken place that has caused their behavior to appear as their whole reasoning behind their idea and desire to cause these arguments. It's not. It's just the fact that maybe they missed you so much they just can't believe that that's what they did, and this is a way for them to combat all of those emotional problems. And it stems from things that they regret, from things that they know was wrong, and their way to handle that is so shattered because they can't believe they did it. I mean, I'm sure that type of, like I said, it's educated opinion, is just so shallowed, and they just are like, I mean, because can you imagine somebody really sincerely feeling some type of way? You know that psychologically something has gotten to the way that they think about the way that because when you start to feel like your mental space is really becoming like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. Oh my god, here they come. Oh my god, I'm just gonna start an argument because I just can't deal with reality. That's all that their behavior is saying. It's basically almost considered a cry for help. Like, bro, I'm sorry, I messed up. You know what I mean? Like, and you have to be that bigger person. You know what I mean? Because you know in your heart of hearts that what took place is a little underneath your standards. And because of those things, here is this person trying to start these arguments because they can't because really they're unwilling to face the reality of the things that these people have chosen to have done. So the last resort necessarily is to resort to arguing and arguments instead of being in that position to say that I'm so wrong, because most likely their fear has consumed them based off the reality that these entities have chosen to have created. Simple as that. And another thing, I also found that you're going to have to learn how to get your lawyer on. Like, people be talking crazy, and you're going to have to do this confidence because people are going to fail you. And when you present it with some opportunities to go ahead on and speak your mind and some lawyers is present, do just that. Feel no guilt. Do these things with confidence, and you shall succeed. So, hopefully, y'all have enjoyed this. Like, follow, and subscribe. And I'll talk to y'all again soon. Thank you. Bye.